Coming up on this episode of Nintendo Cartridge Society, 20 Ganons enter, only the most kissable leaves. The door will not open, so the Nintendo Cartridge Society will not open with you. Welcome to Nintendo Cartridge Society. My name is Patrick Ellers, and I am joined, as I am always joined, by my co-host, Mark Mitchell. Mark, how's it going?
It's going great. Super excited for today's episode. We have a special guest here with us today.
Yes, we are joined by Zelda enthusiast, July Diaz. July, yeah, right there in the microphone.
Can I talk now?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, cool. Hello. Thanks for having me, Nintendo Cartridge Society.
Mm-hmm.
I feel very lucky to be here, and I can't wait to rate the cuteness of these Ganons.
I feel very lucky to have you.
Yeah,
here,
thank you
July.
so much for being here.
Of course.
Because I know you as a Zelda savant. I feel like you have a deep knowledge of the series.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like you are proficient at getting through a game.
That's funny you say that. I think I am struggling with that now, actually. I think I've been that for sure.
Yeah.
And right now I'm in a phase with gaming where, so I do this games club with the Super NPC folks. And I think that's helping me right now to fully get through an entire game.
Yes.
And without that, I fall into the pitfall of moving on to a different game before finishing something, which will come up on this.
I know it's one of the curses of trying to do a whole episode that's just about the end of a 30, 40, 50 hour game.
Yes.
Is that you have to have seen the end of a 30, 40, 50 hour game, let alone 20 of them.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, I was definitely some of these I definitely have not experienced firsthand.
I think there's only one of these that I haven't experienced firsthand.
Really? That's really good.
I think I've been playing the Zelda games since they first came out. So.
Yeah.
But before we dive into the discussion at large, just want to shout out our Patreon, patreon.com/Nintendo Cartridge Society, where if you are supporting us at the 8 or 16-bit levels, you get access to our mini-series like NCS at the Movies.
Yes, where Patrick and I are going to movie theaters together, watching movies, sometimes with special guests, and then talking about them. We've done an episode about Superman 2025, the Fantastic Four First Steps
2025,
and The Naked Gun 2025.
Yes.
All a lot of fun. You can check those out. We also have past miniseries like NCS Arcade, where we played games we had never beaten before. It's all good stuff. Check it out on the Patreon.
And July, you'd mentioned the Games Club. I was a part of one of those.
Yes.
So do you want to shout out that Patreon?
No, I won't.
Okay, great.
I don't really like plugging other things when I'm doing something else.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
No. Then when do you plug the things?
I don't plug it. My plug was sort of it's natural.
Right.
I brought it up already.
You did bring it up already.
People can put it together. It's a thing I do. There's a Patreon, Super NPC Radio.
Right, but you don't like plugging it.
I don't like plugging it. Patreon.com/Super NPC Radio. We've which one did we do together again?
We did Resident Evil.
That's right.
4 remake. Yeah,
the remake, which fantastic game. Love the original, but I think I don't know. I go back and forth. I think 2 remake was my favorite for a long time, but I think 4 remake, revisiting it this last time, we pushed it up there.
We had a lot of fun and a lot of good conversations, I thought. As well. So that one's not in the free feed yet, but it will be at some point.
It will be at some point, but if you want to listen to it now, figure it out. I may have already said where you can go.
There's no way to check. All right. Well, let's get into it. Let's rank some Ganon fights.
All right.
All right. So first things first, I think we need to. I made a list of what I think are all the Ganon fights throughout the series.
Yeah.
And Some of these I think can possibly be combined.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them maybe don't count.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the first thing that we have to do is just like define terms. What is a Ganon fight?
Great. And before we do that,
Yes.
can we explain to the listeners who Ganon is and who Ganondorf is and
Sure.
the differences between them?
Right. Yes. I mean, we can try.
Okay.
Ganondorf is like the man version of Ganon, who's
Mhm.
like a pig demon thing.
Pig demon.
And the prime antagonist of the Zelda series.
Yes, and is his human form, like is Ganondorf his main form, and then Ganon, like the pig
Mhm.
version, like the demon version,
Right.
is like an outcropping of that? Because Demise in Skyward Sword, like, looks like
Yeah.
a human. Is like
I
humanoid.
wondered about this. Is Demise gonna count? Well, we'll get to that.
there.
but-
We'll get there.
Yeah.
And
But they're the same entity.
Yeah.
They're the same
Yes.
thing, just different forms.
Yeah.
right. Yes. And so we'll have to figure out what counts and what doesn't.
Yeah. To me, he's Satan.
He's Satan to you.
He's sort of Satan to me. He's like pure evil.
Yeah, I mean, he is in like Zelda universe,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like
Yeah. He's
I'm
Satan.
not a religious man, but he's sort of like Satan.
He's sort of
to
like
me.
Satan to you.
Mhm.
That's twisted, July.
Mhm. Well,
He's a little anti-Christy as well,
yes.
right? Because
Yeah.
like he keeps dying and coming back,
That's true. Yeah.
which is like part of right. That's part of like the Antichrist, or I mean that's really more the Christ thing that he dies and comes back.
I guess he is Christ-like now that you say
I
it.
think
I guess.
Well, I mean, maybe.
maybe. I guess he's like Christ, is what you're trying
That's
to say.
That's what Patrick's
Yeah.
saying. That's Patrick's
Yeah.
strong position.
yeah, I'm debuting that here. That I think Ganon is a Christ analog. But he's Ganon, like as the pig demon
Mm-hmm.
in the original Zelda game, right? Is like
Yes.
a foundational piece of the Zelda lore.
Yes.
And I think it's so interesting that like only in Ocarina of Time do we start to get to this like Ganondorf, where they're like, no, he's also like a man and can have like
A strapping man.
a strapping young man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how
I
young.
don't know if he's
I don't,
young.
yeah, I don't
but
think of
he's-
him as young.
He's tall though.
He gave me like mid-30s.
Sure.
Give me mid-30s.
Yeah, I was thinking like late 20s.
Okay. Sort of what I said, but
Yeah, well, but it's like a
Not
little
too far
it's
from
like,
what
like
I
a little
said.
different though. But that he has like a culture and like comes from a people like the
yes,
Gerudo.
the Gerudo.
Well, and it is interesting that like
The
Ganon.
Gerudo.
What?
The Gerudo.
Gerudo.
I just want to shout them out.
Yeah, they're great.
They're great.
They're great. They're all ladies, except for this one guy.
Except for this one guy.
Yeah, isn't that strange?
Yes.
That's part of the story. Anyway, continue.
Well, I was just gonna say it's interesting that like Ganondorf is basically reserved for the 3D games, and Ganon is reserved for the 2D
Yes.
games for the most part. There's like manifestations of Ganon-esque thing, but like
Yes.
Ganondorf doesn't show up in any of the
That's
2D games.
fascinating.
Oh, okay.
And I wonder if it's just because like Ganon, kind of like the pig beast, fits in better with like the art style and kind of like the feel of those games.
that may be
Whereas
it.
the
Yeah.
3D games are a little bit more like
Mature.
yeah, like realistic or
Yeah.
Yeah,
and-
they're
I mean realistic, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Wind
they-
Waker. Yeah. Realistic. Yeah.
like that's just exactly
It's like
what
looking
life
out
is
the
like.
window. Yeah.
But like a pig beast is like inherently more cartoony
Yes.
than a tall man.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we know
Unless that
what.
tall man is Jim Carrey, then he's really cartoony, right?
Oh, I mean that's
Rubber face.
Is Jim Carrey tall?
I think he's really tall. Yeah, he's like 7 feet tall.
That's huge. That's
tall.
way bigger.
He's
Oh,
than
so
I
he
would've
can
thought.
dunk.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I've never thought about that before.
Oh yeah.
But
He
yeah,
was,
that
he
makes
was
sense.
gonna originally be in Space Jam.
Oh,
Right,
that
and
totally
Bill-
makes
Jordan
sense.
Bill- no,
or
Bill
the
Murray.
Bugs Bunny.
So
Oh yeah, big Bugs Bunny. He was gonna be Bugs Bunny.
well, because you said he's like a cartoon.
he is.
So
Yeah.
does that mean that Cameron Diaz is also tall? Is she like
That
6'9"?
That makes sense to me. That Cameron
So
Diaz.
she
would
could
be
also
tall.
dunk.
That's family, so I won't speak on that.
Oh, that's fair. I wouldn't
Yeah.
ask you to. I couldn't ask you to.
So Ganondorf, we know, can
She's
dunk.
pretty tall.
Ganon, the pigman himself, can probably palm the ball, right?
Yeah,
Definitely,
I think so.
definitely.
He could do like and and I don't think this is a criteria that I'm going to be ranking them on, but I think like he could do a mascot, like jump off a trampoline, like
yeah, that'd be good.
Dunk type thing.
As a pig demon.
Yeah.
Okay. Have either of you attempted to dunk a basketball before?
No. Have you?
No, I wish I could.
It seems like it'd be difficult.
Yeah, that's the one thing I would love to do in a sport, I think.
Is dunking a basketball.
Basketball. Yeah.
Dunking a basketball is like one of the few sports things where it's like just an impressive thing that you can just execute and it's like done.
Yeah.
Like everything else is like contextual, right? Like a grand slam in baseball, which is like another impressive thing, is like that you need to, so much other groundwork needs to be laid. You can just dunk a basketball if you can do it.
Yes.
You can just do it.
Well, also dunking a basketball, I feel like requires more things. Like you have to be able to like palm a basketball.
Sure.
You have to be able to jump really high. Like you have to be able to do all those things. Right? Like hitting a grand slam just requires being good at one thing.
Swinging the bat. And waiting for the right opportunity.
And who else swings things? But Link himself.
Yes. July getting us back on track.
He swings that master sword of his.
I don't think that's why we brought you on. Okay, so let's just talk about these Ganon fights in order.
Yeah, great.
Actually, so what some of the rules that we set for ourselves before we embark on any kind of ranking is that all of the positions we have to agree on unanimously.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay.
And we have to pledge that we remain friends afterwards.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's an easy one.
Yeah.
Great. And the ranking at the end will be considered definitive. So it'll be the definitive ranking of Ganon battles.
Great.
Those are the 3 rules of our rankings. So the first is, of course, the Legend of Zelda Ganon, the final boss fight. I'm playing through the original NES Zelda right now. Game's great. It just holds up incredibly well.
Yeah.
I am not quite to that final Ganon fight yet. But I mostly remember it to be like a huge pain in the butt.
I remember. I feel like getting to. I don't particularly like the original Legend of Zelda. Like I don't think it's particularly fun nowadays. But I remember the like dungeon or whatever getting to him to be a complete nightmare.
Yeah.
But I remember the fight being really anything particularly like special.
That's how I remember it too. I replayed it for the Zelda Games Club I do for the Super NPC Radio. And
Patreon.com/SuperNPC Radio.
Yes, and I feel like it wasn't too memorable a fight for me.
Yeah, he's just like a blue demon-y guy and like teleports around the screen. And what's weird about that Ganon fight is like he's not particularly well animated, right? So he's just like he appears and like you can see him like swing his whatever it is that like pitchfork trident thing.
Yeah.
And then he disappears again. Like he's
sort of like Nightcrawler in that way.
He's kind of like Nightcrawler in that way.
Kind of blue too.
He is.
Nightcrawler's kind of blue.
I wonder if that's one of the inspirations for Ganon is Nightcrawler.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
There's no way it's not.
Is that why they have to credit Chris Claremont in every Zelda game?
Oh yeah, there's like clues. You know that old man that is like a hidden in one of the spots in the game. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Like inside a dungeon.
That's Chris Claremont.
And he says like editor's note, see X-Men number number 204.
Exactly.
First appearance of Nightcrawler. What do you think? What issue?
I have absolutely no idea.
I'm gonna guess it's gonna be one of the early ones. I'm just throwing it out there. I think he was introduced early.
Okay, first appearance of Nightcrawler.
Somewhere in the 20s or 50s.
Giant Size X-Men number 1.
Okay.
May 1975. So that is pretty early. It's pretty like
early.
X-Men first comes out in 64. Is that right?
That sounds right to
67. Me. So yeah, like 10-ish years into their run. Bam, Nightcrawler.
I consider that early.
Yeah, well, I mean, comparatively.
Yeah.
Well, Mark.
it was in unissue number 1. So
there you go.
Great point.
Yeah.
It's hard to get earlier than that. interesting. I feel like this Ganon, even though it's pretty rudimentary, like is a template for basically all 2D Zelda Ganon fights to come, like teleportation, throwing that trident thing around, like all things that persist to today.
I would say one like foundational 2D Ganon thing that it's missing is the like magic thing volley where you like knock something back to him with your sword. But yeah, otherwise, and like the design is there. Like he looks like a big fat pig man. And is blue. As previously discussed.
Does he remind you of anybody?
So the next Ganon on our list is the Link to the Past Ganon, who is very similar to the original NES Ganon. Except just like more cleanly articulated. Which, like, in a lot of ways, that's what Link to the Past is like a more cleanly articulated version of the original Legend of Zelda. I like this fight. It may just come from like, you know, being a kid and getting to like having a save point like right before that Ganon fight and just playing it over and over again. I think it's challenging. I think it's cool. I don't know. That's one of the fights that I like, and I like needing, as you do in the original, those silver arrows to take them out. I don't know. What thoughts on this Ganon?
To me, because I want to save this for the next fights we'll be talking about, but I didn't grow up with this Zelda game. I played it much later, and so it doesn't rank as high, this fight, for me. Definitely see the improvement from the last fight for sure. I see that, and it just his design also sort of reminds me of someone.
Mark, what are your thoughts about him?
Yeah, I mean, I guess like you were saying, how Link to the Past in general is just kind of like a refinement of the original Legend of Zelda. I feel like the same is true with the Ganon fight. Like, again, very similar, just kind of amped up a little bit more. He has the circle of fireballs that will like
circle around him
and oscillate and
that he turns into like fire bats that fly at you,
and the ground like falls out from under you. Like, it's all those things. But again, I don't know. I feel like the 2D ones are difficult to rank because I think the ideas basically stay the same, and then later games are just like, we're gonna basically do Link to the Past Ganon fight with
some
this
other stuff,
like extra thing that is a mechanic that's specific to this game, or maybe bringing in some stuff from like the 3D games. So I think it's definitely good, but I just think that it's been elaborated on so much that there are ones that are done better.
All right, so the next entry, or possible entry, I don't know if we want to count this one or not. Link's Awakening on the Game Boy and then again on the Switch. One of the shadows that you encounter in the Windfish's egg takes the form of Ganon, and you fight this like shadow Ganon. Now, is this a Ganon or not?
I'm gonna say, because the name Ganon is in there, I'm gonna count it.
Whoa,
July counts it.
My vote is no.
Okay.
That it doesn't count, but it gets a little like later. It gets like a little bit complicated because. Does Puppet Ganon count, or like when Zelda is possessed by Ganon and is like flying around at the end of Twilight Princess? Like, does that count?
Now that's referred to as Puppet Zelda, though.
Yeah, that's
so.
True.
If we were ranking puppet fights, then yes, I would say we have to discuss them both.
So my argument why this would not count is because it's a form that the shadow takes. It is not actually Ganon or really like anything related to Ganon. Other than just the way it looks.
Okay, I agree with that, but I also, like, because of the way Link's Awakening works, the whole thing is the dream of the Windfish. So, like, nothing on this island is real.
But why is that an argument to count it?
It's an argument to count it because if, like, nothing on the island is actually real and it's all the dream of the Windfish, then it's also just as real. Do you know what I'm saying? That, like, it is as real as any of the other characters in Link's Awakening. If we include Link's Awakening events or characters in any other ranking we do, or any other conversation that we have about Zelda, then we would have to acknowledge that they are also imaginary.
Yeah, but that's fine because those other rankings are not the best Ganon fights.
Sure. Okay. I mean, ultimately, I come down on the side of we don't count it.
Yeah, I could be swayed either way now.
It's a dream and a shadow. So I feel like it's 2 steps of abstraction.
Yeah. Don't count it.
Don't count it. Okay. Link's Awakening, Shadow Ganon is now being stricken from the record.
But that brings us to Ocarina of Time.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time you encounter like a Ganon type thing in the game is Phantom Ganon.
This I count.
Phantom Ganon.
This I count.
This I count as well. Also because it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, this is the one I wanted to talk about. I mean, Ocarina of Time is my favorite game in the Zelda series and possibly of all time. I think this just
whoa.
It's I was telling you before we started recording.
You had a hot take.
This is my hot take.
Yes.
I think the music in that game in particular is some of the best Nintendo music or video game music just in general.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that I come back to all the time and it just puts you in a good mood.
Yes. I agree with that.
I agree completely. Before we were recording last night, I was watching like a compilation video of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's not just the music. Like the video I was watching of the Ocarina of Time Ganon fight had, the cutscene between it all in the beginning and all that kind of stuff with the sound effect for like advancing the text and everything.
Oh,
yeah.
So
and
good, yeah.
all of that is just like a couple of years ago we did an episode where we were ranking the like Ocarina songs in Ocarina of Time,
Mm-hmm.
and Patrick had his 3DS plugged in, and there was just like the ambient noise of Hyrule Field and everything like in the background, and it's like, oh, I just want to live in that
Yeah,
always. Like it's
absolutely.
just so good.
I would say that it's an item that will come up in just a bit, but like the actual like Ganon fight at the
Mhm.
very end of this game, both that and the Ganondorf fight right before it have incredible music, and they're both
Yes.
so different. Because like the Ganondorf fight, it takes the like organ that he's playing at the
Mhm.
beginning of it and just turns it into this like shredding, like crazy organ solo that's like baroque and like out of its mind. And then when you get to the actual Ganon fight, it's these like really like melancholy chords, and it's like almost a sad dirge under this like seemingly impossible battle where
Yeah.
you've lost your sword and there's like lightning in the background, which is the only thing that illuminates the beast.
Mhm.
It's so cool.
And he's dual wielding, which
Yes.
is just
Yeah.
awesome. It's
Yes.
a pig man with 2 like giant sword things.
Yes, but we got to talk about the Phantom Ganon first.
Yes. So,
And-
so why do you think it counts?
I-
Phantom Ganon.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think it counts because it looks like Ganon. It's called Ganon.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the first boss of the forest, or it's the first boss of like adult Link, right? The
Yeah.
boss of the forest temple. And it just like has I don't know. I guess I don't know why I think it counts. Why do you think it counts?
To me,
July?
it's different from Shadow Ganon because to me, this is real. The events
Mhm.
of Ocarina of Time, it's all real. It's not
That's
a
true.
dream. And to me, it's like Ganon. It's something that's coming out of his will, right? He's like
Yes.
making this appear before Link to fight him, and to me, that's just an extension of him.
Yes, I agree
So
with this. take.
that's him,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I mean, that's Mark. Do you think it counts?
I had this one as not counting, but
Okay.
I can be persuaded. Like I don't hate it. I love this encounter. Do you know it has really like Haunted Mansion vibes to me?
Totally,
Like
yeah.
where it's like, the big portraits and he's like advancing out of the portraits. and
Yeah.
I don't
Right.
know all of it. I really like this encounter a lot.
It also it gives you practice to how to fight him later.
Totally.
Yes.
But jumping, like, if we count this one, I personally don't think the like in Breath of the
Tears of the
Wild.
Kingdom.
No.
Oh.
In Breath of the Wild,
Mhm.
like the
Oh.
Ganon things that you fight,
The blights.
the blight
Mhm.
Ganons that you fight at each of the divine beasts. I don't think those should count.
I have a take on that I want to save until we get there.
Okay, all right. Well, you're right.
Okay.
No reason to rush.
No reason to rush. And remember, we have to stay friends at the end of this.
Of course.
Okay, so Phantom Ganon, we are saying from Ocarina of Time, we're saying yes.
We're saying that counts and that is a discrete fight separate from the fights at the end.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay.
So Phantom Ganon, Ocarina of Time. Now, what to do with the end of the game, because that Ganondorf fight is a separate story beat from the Ganon fight. Are those two separate fights?
I consider them separate for a few reasons. One reason is we also talked about watching a compilation of Ganon fights, and they're separated.
Yeah.
But so if this YouTuber online thinks they're very distinct and separate enough to put them in separate compilation videos, I think they should be counted as their own fights.
They're also separate guys, right? Like it's
no, I mean they're one.
He transforms, but like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, those are two separate guys. Hulk and Bruce Banner, those are two separate guys.
I don't think the Ganondorf thing is like that. Like I think that it's the same like consciousness. In both of
that is true. It's just their form is so different, and the way you fight them is so different. The setting is different. I don't know. I kind of want to count them as separate, but
are they separate in the way that like Clark Kent is separate from Superman?
Those feel very much the same.
Okay,
but they look different. So.
They look so different.
Are we? My only question is: are we doing a disservice to some of these by separating them? Because I think that when you get to like the end of some of these games, it's like the collective experience of like that entire final encounter. Like I think Tears of the Kingdom is another good example of this, where it's like, and that's fine. That can be our criteria. Where like we are going to separate them. We're going to talk about like the specific that's like slice. But I do think that some of what makes these encounters so great is the like
multiple phases.
Yeah, the cumulative effort that it takes. We'll talk about Twilight Princess when we get there, but what I think makes Twilight Princess so great is that it's like I'm using all the main mechanics that were introduced from the game.
Right.
And every kind of like player has a part, like a role to play in it. And I think if we break that up, it kind of makes those
individual pieces less impressive.
But maybe that's just the exercise we're doing, and that's fine too.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to combining these as one fight, the Ganondorf and Ganon fights.
I mean, I was kind of coming in here thinking like we should keep them separate, but that argument has swayed me. So yeah, let's do it. Let's do so the end of Ocarina of Time, Ganondorf, and then the big Ganon fight as one encounter.
Okay.
Which we've talked about like a little bit, but like when Ganondorf is like floating around at the top of this tower.
So cool.
And you have to do this like volley with him.
Yeah.
And it gets so intense and so fast. That's one of the things that like just thinking about it now kind of stresses me out, where like it's such a good fight.
It's such a good fight. And also, did you ever have the strategy guide for the game?
No.
I think I did.
The official Nintendo strategy guide for the game has beautiful artwork in it. And toward the end of the book is that fight. Like, and it's just, you got to look it up because it's just like one of the most beautiful pieces of artwork, I think. And it perfectly encapsulates like how massive Ganondorf is in relation to Link as a character.
Yes.
He's huge, and then he only gets bigger when he turns into his other form,
which is for me like the real like that first fight is cool, but when he turns into like his real form, you know, we were talking about it a little bit, but like that you lose the Master Sword at the beginning of the fight, and like you have to like dodge around and like get under this giant thing. He's just so cool and scary.
Yes.
And like you can really just see his swords, which again he's dual wielding, so it's so cool.
It's awesome.
And I feel like we see him do stuff like that, I guess, in a handful of others, but he's just so scary.
He's like General Grievous.
Yeah.
but with like half as many arms.
Yeah.
We talked about
Twice as many legs though.
when you were talking about the music in that section, you were talking about the fact that he like plays the organ.
Yes.
That whole sequence is so cool, and it feels very like classic, like almost like vaudevillian.
Yeah,
you know,
like
Zelda's
Phantom
like
of the Opera.
Zelda's like trapped in a crystal, like floating there.
Yeah.
You walk in. There's something about like Ganondorf in the other games is more of like a king, a warrior, like that sort of thing. And this one, he's playing the organ.
Yes,
you know what I
king.
mean? Like
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like
Yeah,
he's like
yeah.
clad. Like that's like
Sure.
an element of like a mustache twirling
Yes.
that you don't really get in some of the other iterations. That I just think is like so fun, and it's just a fun detail that I feel like tells us a lot about that specific iteration of the character.
And even his to jump on that, like even his laugh in that game.
Yes.
It's so distinct and very different from the other games.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a smirking laugh, like he's like a truly he's just a villain. You know?
Yes. Right. Yeah.
Because like in Wind Waker, he's so much more like he's evil, but he's much more like collected and like composed. Like he's not so over the top in like his villainy.
Mhm.
And then in you know, like Tears of the Kingdom, his voice is really interesting to me because he talks a bunch in it, and in English, it's so like regal sounding.
Yeah,
like it's not very evil sound. I don't know. It's an interesting choice, and I kind of like the
Mark trusts the royals.
I know it's such an. I just like the over the top villainy
Yes.
of how he's presented in Ocarina of Time. I think is a lot of fun.
Yeah, and even the first time you see him as young Link and young Zelda, I always remember as like a moment where like it shows you exactly the character he is, where he has like a second, he has a feeling like, oh, I'm being watched, and he kind of like stares at him through the window.
And that Zelda's like, he didn't see you, did he? And you're like, no. Probably yes.
Yeah.
There's something about that Ganondorf that feels more like a brawler, right? Like he's like gonna get in the dirt with
and
you.
it makes sense why that's the version they put in Smash Brothers.
Yep. And like persists that he's like the one that stays. Like the Links change, the Zeldas change.
Yeah.
But like that's the Ganondorf.
The Links change, the Zeldas change, but the Ganondorf
Right.
stays the same age.
Ganondorf stays the same age. All right.
All right.
Yes, good. Should we move on to the next Ganon on the list?
Yeah.
Oops. Okay, here we go. Next on the list is if you link the Oracle of Ages and the Oracle of Seasons, the Game Boy games, it unlocks a final dungeon, and the boss at the end of this final dungeon is a Ganon that is given is summoned into existence by Twin Rova. And like they have like Zelda on an altar. It's a weird. I've never actually seen this in gameplay before.
Yeah, I've never done this.
No, I only saw the gameplay footage of it. Yeah.
Because I'm not going to play all the way through both of these.
No. I played through one of them for sure, but not the other one.
Me too.
Yeah,
But who can remember which
I
one?
can't remember.
Yeah,
I'll never know. And it is very similar to the like original NES Ganon fight, but on a Game Boy screen, and the screen's just not big enough, so there's like a lot of just scrolling around trying to like chase down where the Ganon is. Having never played it, I feel bad judging it, but I think
it's your favorite.
But it's my favorite one. I think it kind of sucks.
Okay, sure.
But yeah, I don't know how much more I have to say about that one. Fellas.
I feel lukewarm about it, yeah, because it is something I have no real connection to.
Yeah.
And it goes into what you were saying, Mark, earlier, is that this is just another one of these kind of extended versions of the very first Ganon fight.
I like that it exists, though. Like, as a secret, that like that's something that they hold for like after you beat both of these
true
games.
Zelda heads, yeah.
Yes, only true Zelda heads will ever fight this version of Ganon. But that's it. I just like that it exists. Okay, moving on to the Wind Waker. So we've invoked his name already, the Puppet Ganon. This is the penultimate boss fight, like right before you go in and actually like do battle with Ganondorf at the end of Wind Waker, and it is a puppet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, literally on strings,
and it's presumably controlled magically by Ganon. I guess I don't know.
Right, because it transforms a bunch, right?
Yeah.
I actually think this is a cool fight. I haven't done it myself for a very long time because I haven't beat Wind Waker since I played it on GameCube, like I don't even know how many years ago. But
2001.
That was it. Was it 2001, Mark?
What year did did Nightcrawler?
75.
75. So what around there? One of those.
X2 came out in because like when he was on.
Oh sure,
film.
when he's attacking the White House.
Yes. He's gonna be back.
Where's Nightcrawler now, huh?
Oh, he's back.
Gonna be back.
I'm just saying, is he gonna attack the White House again?
No, I think all the original X-Men are gonna die. But
immediately, the first 10 minutes of Avengers.
I do kind of think that's what's gonna happen.
Yes.
So
does it count?
It's a cool fight.
I don't know if it counts. I want to say yes because I think puppets in general are very evil.
Right.
But I don't know.
Okay, if we were ranking stand-up comedians,
okay,
right?
Jeff Dunham.
Jeff Dunham, right? Jeff Dunham is on the list.
Okay.
Is Ahmed a separate entry on there, or is he just?
Oh, that's interesting.
He's just part of the Jeff Dunham.
He's part of the Jeff Dunham.
He's part of the Jeff Dunham experience.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so that's interesting because I was gonna say Puppet Ganon doesn't count, but to my other argument that I've made on this podcast, where we count everything that happens in this last thing,
right.
Does Puppet Ganon count as part of that final encounter experience?
I would count it in that sense. Yes.
Okay.
Right. So it's not its own separate entry, but Puppet Ganon / Ganondorf.
Yes.
From Wind Waker.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about that Ganondorf fight at the end of Wind Waker, because it is also just like the end of Ocarina of Time. You're at like the top of a tower, and there's this like dome of water above you because you're like deep under the sea. Which may be the coolest.
I'm sorry, where are you?
Deep under the sea.
Okay, you're
saying
under
the sea.
Thank you.
When like
Thank you for setting me up a second time.
When the dome starts to break and like the water begins to flood down through that encounter, I think the aesthetics of this fight are so cool.
Oh yeah.
Like I think the design of Wind Waker's Ganondorf is really neat looking, and I love his whole like kind of like quest in the game, like his whole like reason for being evil. I think is great. Is he also dual wielding? He is dual wielding,
and they're like scimitars.
Yeah, I think this is like the one Ganondorf that dual wields.
Oh yeah,
but I think the actual fight itself is like not really spectacular, but I like everything around it.
I like the way the fight ends.
Oh, that is
it's
awesome.
An all-time ending.
Yeah, it's like
he stabs him in the head.
Stabs him right in the head.
Yeah,
it's kind of grim.
It's
for a cartoony.
Yes, I think that's the only way they could do it is in that like Wind Waker style. Because you're like, oh, that's disgusting, but cute.
Yeah,
I like also that like. Because you stab him in the head, but it's like directly down through the head, like you're putting the Master Sword back in its pedestal.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
The pedestal now is just Ganondorf. That's a very cool fight. I like it a lot. And part of what I like about it is that like the combat in Wind Waker is like nicely evolved from Ocarina of Time. So you've got like these counter moves, and you have to do these like where you dodge away and then like follow up with an attack.
Yeah, I played the game.
I was just explaining it for
for me. Yeah, I know.
I know. And that fighting this guy is exactly it's like the distilled version of that.
Yes.
And sometimes the Ganondorf fights can be like something just like a step away from what the combat normally is. Like a volley of spells like back to him with the sword. You don't really do that throughout the game, right?
Yeah.
But I just like that it feels very like foundational.
I guess you don't, but I do. I did it quite. Oh, you do it. Okay.
I do it.
Okay.
Anyway, I like this one a lot. Moving on to the next one.
Yeah.
Okay. We are on Twilight Princess.
Question.
Yes.
So Four Swords Adventure fits in between these two. Do we count Four Swords Adventure, or is it a spin-off?
Does it have a Ganon?
It does have. It has a Ganon, so it has a pig man.
Okay.
Yeah. This is another one of these that I'm not familiar with.
Me either. I've never played this game.
I did watch a bit of the fight.
Yeah.
It is pretty cool what I saw. But do I want to count it compared to the other ones? I'm probably gonna say no. I'm probably gonna say no.
Mark, what do you think? I didn't even I was unaware of this one. Didn't look it up.
It's part of the timeline, right? The Four Swords Adventure is. So, but it is a spin-off game. But from what I saw, again, I've never played this game, but from what I saw, it looks really similar again to like the Link to the Past fights, except seems like there's like interludes where you're like fighting Ganon, and then all of a sudden you have to look down at your Game Boy Advance screen and fight off a bunch of enemies, and then once you kill all the enemies, then you can go back to fighting Ganon, and then at the end, Zelda appears, and she like casts this spell that is like a ball of light that goes around Ganon, and then you have to like hit it at the right time to knock it into him. So I don't know. I mean, I've never played it. I don't feel strongly about counting it or not counting it, but there is a Ganon fight in Four Swords Adventures.
I mean, here's the thing. If we're going to have a definitive list, I think we do need to include him, right?
Okay. All right.
I mean, even though none of us have played it, I was not aware of its existence before now.
Yeah.
I think we have to at least count him.
All right.
All right. Now on to Twilight Princess, which, Mark, again, I'm swayed by your argument now that both the Dark Beast Ganon fight and the like Ganondorf fight afterwards.
And I think we count like Puppet Zelda as part of it too. Like I think that whole encounter at the end.
That's all one thing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about it. So remind me how the Puppet Zelda fight plays out. Is it your basic like volley of?
It is. That's
magic
exactly what it is. Yeah, because that's the only. I like that they include the volley thing because it had become, Twilight Princess is such a riff on Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
To include that is fun, but to have it not be part of Ganondorf fight, like to have it be something different, thought was a fun way to do it. So yeah, you basically just do that for a little bit before he turns into like the big like
Dark Beast Ganon.
Yeah, Dark Beast Ganon.
And this is a cool setting for the Dark Beast Ganon fight, right? Because you're in like a throne room.
Yeah, like a temple or something.
Kind of reminded me like a church.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Well, because he's like Christ.
He's sort of a Christ-like figure, like you were saying.
And the mechanic here of catching the Dark Beast Ganon and like throwing him over so you can like slash his belly.
Yeah, it's very rodeo to me for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Like a pig, it's like this big hand like grabs by the face and just...
It's just like the sheep in the beginning of the game. It is literally one of the first mechanics that the game
teaches
you.
You're right.
It's how to catch these goats
You're right.
and throw them to the ground. And like that's one of the things
that's
like
funny. I never put that together. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like an annoying part at the beginning of the game. And kind of a mechanic that they don't deploy throughout, but then resurface right at the end. So there's a cool like full circle moment there.
Yeah.
But I just
would have loved if Midna would have reminded you that, like
hey, remember when I guess you did this.
I guess I
me?
wasn't there, but
I was always watching.
Yeah,
because Midna's like Santa Claus, right?
Oh yeah,
Midna's always watching.
Right,
yeah.
She knows when you're awake. Right, sees you when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
If Midna is killed, you become Midna.
Yeah, that's right.
Santa Claus.
The Midna Claus. Yeah. And then so that part is fun, and you're Wolfling for that, so that's cool because
love Wolfling.
And then the other big mechanic in Twilight Princess they introduced is like combat on horseback.
Yeah.
And so the final iteration of the fight is Ganondorf's on a horse. Running away basically, and then you actually that introduction I'd forgotten about until I was watching the video for this. But when like Ganondorf is on horseback charging you and Zelda, and like those like spirits or whatever are with him as well, and then he gets close, and Zelda basically just like holds out her hand and like does like a magic thing. That is awesome.
Yeah.
The end of Twilight Princess is epic.
It's also a kind of a redemption thing for maybe that this whole Ganon fight is like a redemption for the worst parts of Twilight Princess, because there's the goat wrangling, but there's also like this horse pursuit thing, which is so much more fun than what's that big guy's name that you are chasing when he's like going after the kids. He's like a big bokoblin guy.
Yeah, I can't remember.
That part that like horse chase
Blob.
in the middle of the game,
Blob.
His name's Blob. What issue did the Blob first appear in?
Oh boy. Definitely earlier than Nightcrawler for sure.
I think you're probably right. I'll look it up.
I can see him fighting the classic costumed X-Men.
Yeah, he's got a very classic costume. First appearance, X-Men number 3.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow,
that
very
sounds
early.
right.
But yeah, then this Ganondorf like horse chase thing is like redeeming that earlier horse fight.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes even a step further than that, and then you like duel him on foot with swords and stuff.
Yeah.
So it really is like every piece of that game is like laid back out in the
Totally
Puppet Zelda
that's
Dark
right.
Beast Ganondorf fight.
Yeah.
It's definitely, I think, so far the most layered, as you were saying, and different stages of bouts you have with him. So, not to tip my hat here, but might be high on my list of the fights so far.
I think it's high on mine as well, July. All right, moving on next. Demise, Skyward Sword. Does he count? He's sort of the proto Ganon. He is the evil from which Ganon is created.
Right. Okay. So would you say he's sort of like Ganondorf's dad?
He's kind of like Ganondorf's dad, yeah. He's kind of like God. If Ganondorf is Christ, which we all agree.
Well, that's what you said.
Right.
I was saying he was sort of Satan.
Right.
Both.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Does it count?
Yeah, does he count?
I don't know. I mean, he looks like Ganondorf, but I'm kind of a stickler for the letter of the whole thing.
Right.
So I lean towards not counting Demise, because it is technically not Ganon or Ganondorf, but I do think it's a cool fight.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to the stand-up comedy example. If we were ranking Jeff Dunham, would we count Jeff Dunham's dad?
Well, see, that's interesting.
Well, his dad was a puppet,
right?
So I don't
famously.
know. Famously,
yeah. That's why he
does what he does,
thing.
right?
Of course,
puppets,
of course.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to get too like psycho.
No.
That's obviously why he does what he does.
Obviously, Carrot Top's parents were props.
Mm-hmm. Gallagher's parents were watermelons.
Yeah. Ooh, I mean,
there's a lot to unpack.
There's a lot to unpack there. Gallagher 2's parents were also watermelons.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget Gallagher 2, please.
Gallagher 2, always copying Gallagher, stealing his parents.
He did. He stole his. It was a big scandal.
Yeah.
First time someone's ever done that, steal someone else's parents. Other than a Parent Trap situation, of course. So you think Demise not?
Yeah, I mean,
does not belong on
I think that's my answer.
I might be with you, because to me, as cool of a fight that is, and how much he actually kind of looks like Ganon, he's just not Ganon to me.
All right, then he's just not Ganon. We don't count him. Demise, not part of the list. Moving on to A Link Between Worlds, Yuga Ganon. Now, Yuga, the like ostensible villain, sort of Link Between Worlds, does like revive Ganon at some point throughout the game and merges with him. So this is at least half a Ganon.
yeah.
I think this counts. That counts.
Yeah, I think it counts.
I think it counts too. And is in some ways like a pretty standard 2D like Ganon fight, but has the like added component of the Link Between Worlds thing, where he also becomes a graphic on the wall, and you have to fight him in 2D.
So cool.
On the wall.
Yeah, it's like you like knock him. You have to go into the wall so you can knock him out and make him go back into 3 dimensions. And they also add the like volley thing back and forth that comes from Ganondorf. Like that is one of the mechanics in it.
So I think he obviously counts.
Yes.
Okay, great. Now we're on to Breath of the Wild, and we gotta talk about all of. There's Flame Blight Ganon, Thunder Blight Ganon, Water Blight Ganon, Wind Blight Ganon, Calamity Ganon, which is a big cloud of a scary monster, and then the final Dark Beast Ganon.
So to go back to your comedian thing, so would these different Ganons be like all the mics Neil Brennan takes on stage?
Yeah, it's probably like all the mics that Neil Brennan takes on stage. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing.
Because he famously has 3 mics on hand all times.
Does he always have 3 mics?
That was only for his special 3 mics.
That's good. I like that. Here's the thing. When you fight the Calamity Ganon inside Hyrule Castle, you will fight the different Blight versions if you've not already defeated the Divine Beasts associated with them.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
Is that something you made up right now?
Mm-mm.
Oh, wow.
Would you like me to make something up?
No.
Okay.
I didn't know that. That's wild.
I mean, Patrick's been making up other things in the podcast, but that one,
right?
Yeah,
that one's real.
Yeah, seems real.
That what the thing that happens when the fight starts is each of the Divine Beasts like fires a laser into the castle and like nukes a part of its health bar.
Right.
Otherwise you would have to actually battle through each of those Blight versions before fighting the Calamity itself.
So I don't think that the Calamities count.
Okay.
And
the Blights. The Calamity
sorry. Yes, the Blights. So like Flame Blight, Ganon, like the ones in the Divine Beast, I don't think they count. And because I think that they are monsters, like I think they are separate entities that maybe were created by Calamity Ganon, but I think that they are separate monsters that he sent out to do his bidding, but I do not think that they are him.
I agree with that because they're essentially the dungeon monsters, right, for that game.
Yeah, and they're the only things that are that.
Yeah.
It's weird. What is the Calamity? Is that like a Is it like a symbiote that?
Can we go to Urban Dictionary and look up Calamity?
I'll look it up.
And then can you go to TikTok and look up Calamity?
I'll.
Then if you could ask ChatGPT.
Okay, great.
That would be perfect.
And then I'm gonna call my dad.
Yeah.
I actually don't know what the Calamity is. Is it like a bad feeling that is then mixed with like the actual thing of like malice, and those two combined?
Because is the embodiment of it in the game that kind of purplish red?
Well, I think that stuff is called malice.
Okay, that's malice.
Yeah, and because like Calamity Ganon, he is birthed from like when you encounter him, he like comes out of the like sack, that's hanging in the middle of Hyrule Castle, and then he's that like spider thing that's kind of like an accumulation of all of these different blights. So I don't know how any of that is supposed to work, like what Calamity Ganon is.
So according to Urban Dictionary, a calamity is an event which is a complete catastrophe / disaster, like your life. Okay. Or
wow, it just slammed you.
It did. Or it's a mod in Terraria. So
okay.
One of those two things.
One of those two things.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll buy that the individual blights don't need to be counted, even though while you are doing the Calamity Ganon fight, you could have to fight them depending on whether you knock them out.
Right.
Sure, but yes. But I also think that if there's like an end boss fight, I don't know if this. I mean, guess this happens in Tears of the Kingdom a little bit, but like if a boss sends out other enemies to attack you,
you're right. Yes,
like those aren't it.
Right.
Yeah.
The even though Tears of the Kingdom, there's like Ganon's army before you fight Ganon.
Right.
Ganon's army is not part of
that
agree. Boss fight. I don't think. Okay. So, but then we're saying that the Calamity Ganon, which feels a lot like a blight fight, right? Like
it's like if the Kaiju Sentinel in X-Men 97 is like sending out Sentinels,
and when do Sentinels first appear?
I'm gonna say number 1, issue 1.
They do feel like foundational.
Maybe issue 3 with Blob.
Yeah, that they premiered together. Okay. First appearance of Sentinels and X-Men. X-Men 14.
Whoa. Okay.
So
later
like
than
a
I
year
thought.
after
Yeah,
publishing. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good. Yeah, I actually don't remember this fight super well.
Yeah, he's like a spider type thing, and it's the one time I remember in the game ever having to use the oh, I'm forgetting what it's called. It's a very basic video game mechanic where like somebody does an attack on you and then you countering. This is like the one time in the
With
game
the shield?
I remember having
yeah.
to counter.
Mm-hmm.
I never did that during the regular game.
Yeah.
But in this fight, it was like, oh, I guess I have to like counter some of these attacks now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool. It's scary looking. He's like crawling on the walls and everything.
Yeah.
It's neat.
And then you move on from that to the Dark Beast. Actually, I wrote down because the game likes to give like subtitles to these things, and I thought these were both cool. That the Calamity Ganon is called the Scourge of Hyrule Castle, and that the Dark Beast Ganon is called Hatred and Malice Incarnate.
Yeah, that's good.
Wow.
But yeah, so it becomes like an enormous pig beast, right?
Yeah.
And you're just out on Hyrule Field on a horse. And you fire some magic arrows at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Zelda gives you the bow of light.
Mm-hmm.
And then after you've like, it's a classic, there's these glowing spots on it, hit it with the bow, and then at some point, like a rift opens in its head, and then you kind of like leap up and kill it with the Master Sword. I think this is really cool.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. For me, this is one of the places where it feels like one of the weaker places of Breath of the Wild to me, or like the least like the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And like maybe it's not fair because although I feel like Tears of the Kingdom does it really well. What I like about Breath of the Wild is like the exploration and getting lost and like slowly improving myself and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know how you build that into a boss fight.
Yeah.
But as a result, they didn't build it into the boss fight.
Mm-hmm.
So it's cool, but for me, like I think it's probably better than a lot of the 2D fights, but it's not among my favorites of the 3D.
It's not one of my favorites either, only because this and Tears of the Kingdom are this new era of the Zelda games that have entered the open world space that I both love and like, because I won't say that other word. Because it has that thing where I just want to live in that world. I don't want it to end.
Yeah.
And so getting to that fight is that final, you're closing the chapter on the whole experience, and it's like I don't want this to end. You know? And it's ending like this, you know.
Yeah. Yes. Well, because there's something weird about being out in Hyrule Field, but it's like not the Hyrule Field, right? Because it's like it's way flatter than it normally is, and like you can't actually leave the area during the fight. It's clearly like a separate arena that they've constructed for this fight, and that feels somehow like false or like betraying the open worldiness of the game. I don't think it's bad at all.
No, it is interesting that you're right. Like the whole point of Breath of the Wild is do this however you want, right? And then to lock you into this very specific thing. And I feel like with a lot of stuff, we'll talk about it next, but like Tears of the Kingdom takes that idea, but then just does it better in a way that feels, even though it is something you don't do during the rest of the game, it feels more organic and like exciting and true to the game itself in a way that the Breath of the Wild ending doesn't necessarily feel that way.
Okay, so we've got the Calamity Ganon and Dark Beast Ganon, Scourge of Hyrule Castle, and Hatred of Malice Incarnate, respectively, on there as separate items. Okay. Now on to Tears of the Kingdom.
Wait. What do you mean separate items as in
Sorry,
we're going to...
they're the same.
Oh,
item.
okay.
Sorry,
yeah.
My fault. They're together as one entry. Now on to Tears of the Kingdom, which okay, so I had the Phantom Ganon listed here that appears in Tears of the Kingdom when you like beat a Gloom Hand, but Mark, you seem to think that those are not Ganon.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they are. Yeah, I don't think they are.
July, thoughts?
I think there's enough phases of the final battle that
great point.
I don't need the Phantom.
Phantom Ganon, we're tossing them out.
Yeah, toss them out.
Okay, Phantom Ganon not part of it. But that leaves us with the Demon King Ganondorf. Cool.
Cool.
Incredibly cool.
Yes.
And
the most swagger of all the Ganons.
Oh,
I think,
yeah.
so far.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. the most swagger, and like he's got so much like video game boss style.
He's aura farming.
He is
in this
aura
game.
farming.
He has the Riz.
Yeah, he does have a lot of riz.
It's true. I should call him the Rizzler.
They should. Hello, Jim Carrey.
Somebody stop me. Okay, so Demon King Ganondorf, I love how he just fights you with like weapons.
Yeah.
It's so cool
Mhm.
that it just feels like a one-on-one fight.
I mean, he is sending out Phantom
He's sending
Ganons
out-
and
yeah.
like Blight or whatever is in Blight. Is that in
Yeah, I think
this
that's right.
one?
Yeah.
Yes.
That will deal like damage to you permanently, like erases your hearts.
Yeah.
To me, the coolest part of this fight is when when his health bar just grows and grows and grows and
Yeah,
grows. Like
yeah.
you fight him, like before that he just has a regular health bar. You fight him down, and then he heals himself, and he does this kind of like come hither, like come
Yeah.
at me
Oh
thing
my
with his
gosh.
hands.
Come hither and come at me are kind of two different.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like
Come
Which one
hither.
do you want to kiss?
let's fight, and maybe we'll end up
Kiss,
kissing.
right.
It might happen just while we're doing it organically. We'll just see how it goes.
Right.
We're not putting any
We're not going to
labels.
force anything.
Yeah, we're not
Right.
putting labels on what me and
Right.
Demon King Ganondorf have. It's
Right.
fine.
The Menace Unleashed
Exactly.
is his subtitle.
And then the health bar just like grows and grows and grows. That
And
is
like
so cool.
it goes
Yeah.
off the screen.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Uh,
And it's like a moment of pure dread and terror
Mm-hmm.
where you're like, no.
But the fight itself, I remember I just cheesed. I can't remember what it was, but some of like maybe it was Phantom Ganons or something. They dropped like an item that you could fuse with arrows, and
There
it
are-
just did so much damage.
There are Gibdos here, and
Maybe that's what it was. The Gibdo.
and Gibdo bones when
Yes,
you
Gibdo
fuse them
bones.
to arrows are like
That's what it used.
super high
I just
bonus,
like
yeah.
right.
knocked him out that way.
Yeah. I think I did too, but like it's still you got to like really work at it.
Well, getting to him is a pain because you talked about like
Right.
his army
Yeah.
that you have to
I
kill at the beginning.
I love that I know it's not part of the fight, but I love it, and I love that the actual sages show up. It's not
Mhm.
like their astral projections or whatever.
Yeah.
That they actually show up to help you in that fight. I think that's a fun little bit of
Oh yeah.
world stuff.
Yeah.
And then I get my spoilers for Tears of the Kingdom, I guess.
Yeah. None of the other games to this
No,
point do we care
this
about.
is the only one. It's just come out so recently, and it's a long
I mean,
game.
not
and
really. It's been years since.
It's been 2 years.
Wow, it's been that long already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Then he eats a tear of the kingdom and becomes a dragon.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
It's so, and you can only fight him by riding on the dragon who is Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and what is really fun about this is like you basically can't fail. Like when you defeat Demon King Ganondorf, you've basically beat
Yeah.
like the hardest part of the boss, and
Yeah.
at this point, it's just like
It's a victory lap.
it's
really.
a victory
Yeah.
lap, and it's that part of it also I thought was really fun and kind of freeing to just be like, now I just get to enjoy this really kind of like cool encounter between two dragons in the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thoughts?
Did you ever think that there will be a dragon fight in any Zelda game?
No.
Ever?
Not really.
Right. It's just like so unexpected, so beautiful, and can I just say Zelda dragon form is one of the most beautiful sights
Yes.
to behold.
It's so
you may
cool.
say that.
Okay, I'm gonna say it.
And I think it's awesome in the finale, but it's also awesome just like in the game, like when you realize
Mhm.
finally like where the Master Sword is,
Yes.
and like you're just like, this is incredible.
Mhm.
The end of Tears of the Kingdom, I feel like builds so well in the same way that I feel like Super Mario Odyssey built so well. Like
Yes.
in Odyssey, you end up on the moon, and you're like, of course I end on the moon. Of course this is how this is gonna
Right.
end.
Mhm.
Or like when you use like the capture mechanic for the final time in Odyssey, you
Mhm.
know, and you're like punching your way out, and you're like, of course I'm gonna use like the capture mechanic. Like the fact that Ganondorf turns into a dragon, I didn't see coming, but once
Yeah.
it happens, you're like, of course this is where this was all leading.
Yeah.
Of course this was gonna happen.
And that like the final fight becomes like how well you navigate diving through the sky, right?
Yeah.
And that like that's one of the things that separates Tears of the Kingdom from Breath of the Wild, that you're constantly doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a it's just so cool.
Yeah, I mean, how epic a fight in the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
it's kind of perfect.
Yeah.
again, I know it's not part of it, but then when you catch Zelda when she's falling,
yeah.
the whole thing is just so good.
Yeah,
it's just so good.
A callback to the beginning of the game where you don't
Miss her.
catch
Yep.
her. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So a very good one, a single entry, of course, but the nickname, or whatever the title of the Dragon Ganon is, Draconified Demon King, which
That's
is
good.
also cool.
That's good.
Okay, and then now moving on to the most recent Zelda game, Echoes of Wisdom. There are 2 Ganon fights here, sort of. We can talk about them both, and if either of them counts. So in the prologue of the game, Link fights Ganon to rescue Zelda, and then you spend the rest of the game playing as Zelda. And it's a very basic tutorial-y sort of, here's how you use bombs, here's how you use arrows. Does this count as it is a Ganon fight, but does it belong in this conversation?
I'm gonna say yes, because they're Ganon fights. This is also a game. I haven't started this game.
Oh, okay.
But I have it. I'm gonna get to it, but I'm gonna count it.
July counts it
by virtue of them. They're Ganon.
It's fights. A Ganon fight. It's kind of hard to say that it's not. Yeah, Mark, what do you think?
Sure. Yeah, this is one of the few parts of that game that I have played. I didn't make it very far into it, so I have played that, but I have not played the final Ganon encounter with
So the final
Zelda.
The final Ganon encounter is not the end of the game. It's halfway through the game.
Oh, really? That
wow.
that Echo Ganon
Mm-hmm.
is
So the final boss of the game is a creature called Null. That is
it's not.
Null. It
really?
is. Null. I'm not lying to you.
Not lying. Okay.
I'm not making it up.
Okay.
And it's responsible for opening the rifts in the kingdom. It is using the same magic that Zelda is using to create echoes, which is why this is an Echo Ganon. So
you're telling me Null, the king of symbiotes,
yes, and
is
he
in
first
this
appeared
game?
That Null, the King of Symbiotes, is a fairly recent addition in the comics, right? That's a Danny Coates. Danny Coates.
Yeah, and he was teased at the end of the last Venom film.
Oh, I am aware.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that? Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
I can't remember the name of that movie. Is it The Last Dance?
The Last Dance.
The Last
I think
Dance.
it is.
Yeah,
I think it
The
is.
Last Dance.
I think it is Last Dance.
Why is it called that?
Who
Because
knows?
it's the last time he's dancing
Yeah.
with Venom, I guess.
That's the only Venom movie I've ever seen, and it was
Really?
an incredible experience.
It was pretty good. Yeah.
I like that one. It was
They're
fun.
totally insane. It doesn't
Yeah.
make it's totally
It also
bananas.
has one of the best Method Man songs in the credits. I don't know if you stuck around for the credits.
Well, yeah, because we wanted to see Null, the King of the Symbiotes.
Yes,
appear.
yes. But there's do you know about the Tom Hardy thing where it's like a secret if he's a rapper or not? Do you know about this?
No.
What? No.
Apparently he's rapped under a moniker for years, but he won't come out and say that that's him.
Huh.
And in this track that I'm talking about in the credits,
He does a verse?
He does a verse. It's him, but he just won't outright say that it's him.
Is he doing the Venom voice?
He's doing the Venom voice the whole time, so it's clearly him.
Wait, so has he recorded as this alter ego?
Yeah,
is the idea?
He's done some mixtapes over the years when he was younger, and then over the years he's done stuff with this hip hop duo called Czarface.
Okay.
But under that moniker.
Oh,
but whenever he's
interesting.
asked in press junkets or
He's
interviews,
like, I don't know what you're
I don't
talking
know-
about.
Exactly. He's like, oh, that's that guy. That's some guy. Yeah, I don't know.
That's
who that is."
amazing. And
Do you-
after seeing
Venom,
The Last Dance,
Mhm.
I'm like, yeah, all right, I could.
Yeah.
He seems game for something like
Yeah.
that. I would believe it.
I love this. I'm gonna I'm gonna look it up afterwards.
Please do.
Okay, so but does the Echo Ganon count? It is
Hmm.
not Ganon,
Oh, then no.
but
It's like Shadow Ganon in
Right.
Link's Awakening.
yeah, It is kind of like Shadow Ganon and Link's Awakening.
Noel summoned it, but it is not actually Ganon.
Right. I think that's the only way to really treat it. Okay, so
Echoes of Wisdom does get Ganon versus Link at the very beginning.
Yes.
But that's the only fight that will be representing Echoes of Wisdom.
Great, good.
So how many does that mean that we have here to actually deal with?
And I actually like that because I didn't want to count Zelda fighting Ganon.
Why not? We kind of did.
We kind of did. You're right.
12, I think.
Okay, great.
Yeah, 12.
So do we have any like early or obvious entries for like the bottom of the ranking?
Oh yeah, let me see.
For me, I think easy bottom two are Oracle of Ages / Seasons and the original NES Ganon.
Yeah, I personally got to say, I don't know that any 2D Ganon fight really stands a chance against any of the 3D ones.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fight between the 3D ones getting the top spot for me.
Right, and all of the 2D ones getting the bottom spots.
Yeah.
But even within that, we would have to rank the 2D ones.
Right, but maybe that's a place to start, is we rank
agree.
the 2D ones within themselves, and we just kind of know that will probably be the bottom part of the list.
I'll say for number 12, Oracle of Seasons and Ages.
Yeah, I like that as the bottom one.
Bottom.
Okay, I'm going to put bottom here, and then we'll work our way
great.
up.
Okay. So that's number 12. Then I said original NES.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just because it is pretty featureless.
Okay.
Then what do we have left? We've got the Echoes.
Now the only thing, I guess it depends on how exactly we want to rate these. The only thing I would say in the Zelda games, in these NES Zelda's favor, and maybe Link to the Past edges it out on this count, is like it is remarkably foundational, fully formed for what those 2D, Ganon fights are going to be.
Should be higher.
So, but the fight itself, I don't think is particularly fun, and I would rather crawl through glass than do that final dungeon ever again in my life.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, they kind of nailed it. They've been pretty happy with what they did.
That's true.
Since the beginning.
Okay, well, so let's take Crawl Through Glass and put that lower than the rest of these.
Okay, yeah. I'll make a sticky note for that.
So, are we putting the Ages and Seasons one so low because none of us have experienced it, and like it just seems like the screen is too small to do what they're trying to do?
I do love a big screen, so that's part of it. But I think the major thing is what you said. Yeah, I think because we've never really encountered that.
The thing is, we've also never encountered the Four Swords Adventure.
That's true.
But it just from your description, Mark, it sounds like a kind of more dynamic, interesting boss fight.
I mean, seemingly, I've never played it myself. I do think the fact that we've never played the Ages or Seasons like linked version doesn't do it any favors, but I feel like by watching the video, you've experienced it pretty well, and it doesn't appear to be doing anything different than some of these other 2D Ganon fights that we're going to end up ranking higher.
It didn't wow me.
Didn't wow July.
And a lot of stuff wows me. I'm very easily wowed.
You're easily wowed?
Yeah.
That's an admirable quality.
Yeah.
I think we should all try to be wowed a little more.
I'm an admirable guy.
Yeah, and I've always said that.
I'm a humble guy, too.
Mm-hmm. A humble guy? You collect those little figurines?
Mm-hmm, I love them.
What I do think is maybe the strongest of the 2D Zelda fights, and maybe by virtue of the fact that it kind of has a 3D component, is the Yuga Ganon from A Link Between Worlds.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like in a lot of ways, the 2D Zelda fights are basically each one just gets progressively a little bit, better, probably.
But with the Ages and Seasons one still at the bottom. So what we're saying kind of is Ages and Seasons at 12, Zelda NES at 11.
Okay.
Then where's Link to the Past?
Right here.
Okay, Link to the Past at 10. And then Four Swords Adventures after that. Yeah.
So I know I just said that they progressively get better, but I personally would put Link to the Past probably higher than something like Four Swords Adventure, just because it's like Four Swords Adventure is just doing what Link to the Past did. I do think I would like to give one of these 2D games points for being the kind of 2D
Yeah.
that all of them are
kind of
based
riffing
around.
on.
Yeah.
And I think that belongs to Link to the Past.
Okay.
I agree with that.
More so than the original NES Zelda.
Okay.
So we'll put Four Swords next. And then I guess the Echoes of Wisdom Ganon versus Link fight above that.
I don't know. I mean,
it seems way too high for it.
Yeah, it's like barely counts as a Ganon fight.
But it is a Ganon fight. It is Link fighting Ganon.
Yeah.
Where do you want to put it?
I feel like it's got to go below the Zelda NES one, but could go above Ages and Seasons.
And we're just punishing it because it's the first thing you fight in the game. Right?
Yeah. Like it's not I don't think it's really remarkable. Like you said, it's training essentially.
Yeah.
It's a tutorial.
But above the Ages and Seasons one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Zelda NES is now number 10. Echoes of Wisdom is 11. Ages and Seasons stays at 12. Four Swords Adventure we're putting above Zelda NES. Link to the Past above that, right? And then the Link Between Worlds above that. At the top of the 2D.
Yeah.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6. We've done a full half of them. So now.
Okay, I don't like this order.
What don't you like?
I think we have to start over again.
Start over again?
Yeah.
All the way from the beginning. So the first Ganon,
let's describe them all.
Right. It's like Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
July, is there anything here that you want to?
No, I like this.
Okay. All right. So
don't love it yet, but
don't love it yet. But you won't say the other word.
No, I won't.
Oh, I don't know what do we think for like the bottom of the 3D Ganon fights?
Let me see.
I think for me it would probably be the Ocarina of Time Phantom Ganon.
Which is a very fun atmospheric one, but I don't know, were you about to pitch an or?
Yeah, or the Breath of the Wild fight.
Really?
You guys kind of talked me down from that one.
Yeah, and I feel bad for turning your heart.
Yeah.
Every time I turn your heart, I feel bad.
And it's never for good.
No.
You know what? I'll take that and put Breath of the Wild.
I mean, that
at
is
the bottom.
That is sort of how I feel.
So even Phantom Ganon, like...
Here's the thing with the Phantom Ganon. Yeah. He comes galloping out of paintings.
I mean, it's cool.
He has a creepy mask on.
Yeah, and like horns.
Okay. One thing I will posit is I love the aesthetics of the Wind Waker fight, but I don't think I love like the actual fight.
Right. Well, keep in mind the puppet Ganon is part of this fight.
Oh, interesting. Well, the best part of the puppet Ganon is when he's a spider on the ceiling and you're like looking, you have to look at the ground, like the reflection.
Yeah, that's very
interesting.
I like the beginning of the puppet Ganon fight when you have to use the boomerang to like hit the strings out. I love anytime you use that boomerang.
Love that boomerang.
Okay, so we're tentatively saying Breath of the Wild
at number 6
is it just remind me again why we dislike this one so much?
We dislike. I mean, first of all, I think all these Ganon fights are pretty good.
They're
right?
pretty
they are pretty good.
But compared to the other ones, they didn't wow me.
Oh,
easily wowed.
The crux of my argument against it was that it feels like it betrays the exploration of the rest of the game.
Got it.
In so much
it's so unlike what you would expect from Breath of the Wild.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And even though you're fighting a like truly enormous, the biggest Ganon has ever been as a pig monster.
Yeah.
That you're just like, but where am I doing this? Where is this arena? Where does this take place? It doesn't feel like what you've done for the rest of the game. But then I think Phantom Ganon just above that. I love the Phantom Ganon fight, but I don't think I can argue that any of the rest of the Ganon fights are worse than it.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
So now battling for the top 4 are the Tears of the Kingdom, Twilight Princess, Ocarina of Time, and Wind Waker Ganon or Ganondorf fights. Mark, you were starting to talk about the Wind Waker fight.
Yeah, I think of the ones that are left, I think Wind Waker is probably the weakest just for the actual like fight mechanics itself.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the stuff leading up to it, I like that Ganondorf a lot. Like I like that version of the character, but
do you consider that the cutest one?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yes, side convo.
Yeah.
No, I think Tears of the Kingdom one is the one that I would want to smooch on the lips the most.
He has the Riz.
Yeah,
but
he does. Call him the Rizzler, Jim Carrey.
Rizzler, yeah.
But I think like the Wind Waker one,
because Ganondorf tall enough to dunk.
Yeah, Ganondorf tall enough to dunk.
Right.
Oh, for sure.
Of course.
Yeah. No,
he's breaking the glass.
Absolutely.
The Wind Waker one, I think he's a little kind of like middle-aged. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I
think
like
he might mid-30s, yeah.
I think he might he has less Riz.
Sure.
He has other things going for him.
Okay,
but...
you're speaking my language now. I'm getting what you're saying now.
You know, Mark, we dislike in others that which we see in ourselves.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure.
No, you have Riz. Patrick,
I was saying like middle age.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. No, I don't.
You have Riz, Mark.
I don't think the Wind Waker Ganondorf is very kissable. That's just
interesting.
my perspective.
Okay.
Yes, I forgot that we were talking about kissability at this point.
Well, it came up. I mean,
no, for sure. Yeah.
But probably Wind Waker Ganon at number 4 here. Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Purely for the mechanics of the actual fight.
Yes.
But
we do like that puppet.
We love the puppet.
Love the puppet.
Okay, now for the top 3, very exciting. The top 3: Tears of the Kingdom, Twilight Princess, Ocarina of Time.
I feel like there's an obvious
number 3.
No, number 1 for me. There's an obvious number 1 for me.
See, my heart is torn on number 1.
Really?
Yeah. So I think
three-way tie.
What's that?
A three-way tie for number 1, and there's no 2 or 3.
I think 3 is Twilight Princess.
Okay.
Which is a fight that I really like. We have talked through like the various ways that it reflects the rest of the game.
Yeah.
But I was trying to make the argument that it like redeems these earlier crappy moments from the game.
Yeah.
But does it, or are you just doing those crappy moments again?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. I didn't find it. Did you find the whole fight like a chore? Would you say? By having to do those mechanics?
No, because it is so like epically staged that even if it does start to feel like a chore, it's like a chore presented in a compelling way, like Tom Sawyer tricking me into painting that fence.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've read that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
But that happened to me.
I get that. Oh, it happened to you.
Yeah.
Oh.
The other part that we didn't talk about with the Twilight Princess fight, it's actually when it's over with, and there's that moment where like Ganondorf sees like the Twilight person, and the Twilight person kind of is just like ends it, right?
Yeah.
The Twilight person just kind of it's almost, I don't think he snaps his neck, but like basically that's like the true like death of Ganondorf in that moment's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool. Well, so are you arguing for it to be higher than something else? Or?
I would be, honestly, I think
the competition at the top here is
I think there's arguments for any of these to be number 1, but I think 3rd is a strong showing for the Twilight Princess Ganondorf fight.
I agree with that. Which leaves just deciding between Tears of the Kingdom and Ocarina of Time.
I think it's obvious what my number 1 is.
Your number 1.
And it should be a tie between these two for number 1. No number 2.
No. We have to. Everything must be ranked.
Okay.
I think your number 1 is the Ocarina of Time Ganondorf, and then the Dark Beast Ganon. July, I think that's it for me too.
Really?
It's so rewatching all of these fights. You have a combination of feelings that like happen, right?
Yeah.
Where you are remembering your experience of playing them for the first time and being like, wow, that was scary or fun or whatever. And then there's this like secondary knock-on effect of like experiencing it fresh, right? And watching the Tears of the Kingdom fight, most of what I was feeling was my initial impression of like, oh yeah, that's right. I remember this being like really thematically satisfying and blah, 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 blah. Seeing the Ocarina of Time fights again was like freshly exciting to me.
Yeah.
They're so dramatic.
They're timeless.
They're kind of timeless, yeah. And even using the technology of the Nintendo 64 and, you know, the Dark Beast Ganon is dual wielding swords that are made up of like 4 polygons each. And he still looks sick as heck.
Yes.
Like, I think that's number one. Mark, what are you feeling?
I think the thing that is really cool about the Ocarina of Time fight and that whole like ending is how well it holds up. Like you said, that you're watching it and you're like, they nailed it.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. That entire run from the moment you encounter Ganondorf, like playing the organ, to the very end of the game, the way that it's like paced with like the different parts of it, there's the whole like escape from the collapsing, you know, like castle and all of that. Yeah, I'm very happy with Ocarina of Time at number one. I think they've kind of knocked it out of the park the first go round with a 3D Zelda game.
Wow, this is Zelda's lullaby to my ears. I love hearing this.
So let's we will count up from 12 to 1, and as we're going, if anything feels false to you, flag it and we will address it.
Yeah, it's not yet definitive.
It is
we
not
can
yet.
we can still, it's not locked in. We can still move things around.
Well, so far I think I love the way it is right now.
Yeah, me too. I think we've done it, but we always got to do a gut check.
Sure,
you know?
sure. And just to make it clear, I love the way it looks right now. Okay, so I don't know if I'm gonna have any sort of change of heart or anything.
And you might.
I might. I don't know.
Right. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's find out.
Okay.
Together.
All right. Great.
Coming in at number 12, the Oracle of Ages / Seasons linked final Ganon fight.
Coming in at number 11.
Hold on, that should be number 1.
Now that's quite the change.
Yeah,
of
that's
heart.
interesting.
Okay.
That's interesting. Number 11, Echoes of Wisdom, the Ganon versus Link kind of like tutorial battle.
Is that too high? Is second to last too high for that?
For a tutorial?
Should it be? Should the Ages / Seasons Unity, you know, kind of like battle at the end be higher, only for the fact that you have to do a lot of work to get to it.
I was going to say, I do love that it's sort of a secret thing and you have to put in the work.
Yeah,
because you could go through the entire thing not knowing that Ganon was... I certainly didn't know that this was a thing until
no, me neither.
we talked about this. So
that's it. It's getting promoted 1.
See, this is why we do the count up.
Right.
And you said Twin Rova sort of summons.
Those like 2 witches.
Yeah. Should be higher than.
Higher than
just because Twin Rovas.
Just because of Twin Rova.
I do like Twin Rovas. Do you really want to put it above the NES?
Sure, I would.
Mark? I kind of buy that. I kind of buy that.
Just for like the lore aspects of it.
Yes, yeah.
Because Twin Rova, I don't know if this is true in Ages and Seasons, but in Ocarina of Time, they're like his adoptive moms, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's see how high I can go.
Yeah. It's a brand new day here. Okay, so the number 12, bottom of the list, is Echoes of Wisdom, the Ganon versus Link fight.
Number 11 is the Zelda NES Ganon fight.
And so a nice, respectable 10th place.
Yeah.
The linked Ages and Seasons final Ganon fight at number 10.
Number 9 is Four Swords Adventures Ganon.
A Ganon none of us have experienced.
Too high?
But also true of the Ages and Seasons. The only reason that's so high is Twin Rova. Is the Twin Rova factor enough to put it above Four Swords Adventure?
I think that, and also the sheer fact of all the work that you have to put in to get to the fight should make it.
But don't you also need to put in a lot of work to get to the end of Four Swords Adventures?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
Here's what we know about Four Swords Adventures.
Yeah.
And this is all we know about it.
Yeah.
Is that you got to hook up 4 Game Boy Advances.
That is a lot of work.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
That is a lot of work.
It's real world work and not game work.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe they should stay where they are.
Maybe they should stay where they are.
Well, maybe those are the ones that are tied, because we've never played them before.
I love that. If we can get one tie on the list.
Okay, July's passionate about ties. Okay, so tied at number 10 are Four Swords Adventures. No, at number 9 is Four Swords Adventures and the Ages and Seasons. Okay, I like that.
Okay.
So far, if 12. There's no 10.
There's no 10.
Tie.
There's a tie for 9.
Can I nominate a 10?
Oh, okay, sure.
So, I'm sure you both have played Zelda 2, right?
Yes.
Who's the boss in that again? I can't even remember because the game is terrible.
It's a Shadow Link is the final thing that you fight.
That should be number 10.
But it's not Ganon.
I know, but
just wanted to slag on Zelda 2 for a second. I will allow it.
Okay, thank you.
I do like that when you die and get a game over in Zelda 2, it is implied that, or not, it's stated outright that the monsters bring Ganon back to life.
Yeah, because they like use your blood, right?
That's
right.
They
use your blood to bring Ganon back to life, and then he laughs at you.
Yep.
And
you're dead.
Yeah.
You're dead.
Yeah. Dark.
So it's not a fight, but I like that, Ganon.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 8.
8 then is the Link to the Past Ganon final battle.
And so number 7 is Link Between Worlds, the Yuga Ganon, which is the top of our 2D.
Number 6 is Breath of the Wild, the Calamity Ganon and Dark Beast Ganon fight.
And then at number 5 is the Ocarina of Time Phantom Ganon fight, galloping out of paintings and stuff.
Number 4 is the Wind Waker Puppet Ganon and then Ganondorf encounter.
Number 3 is Twilight Princess, all of those Puppet Zelda, Dark Beast Ganon, and Ganondorf.
Number 2, Tears of the Kingdom, Demon King Ganondorf, and Dragon Ganon.
And number 1, Ganondorf and Ganon. Just kind of a basic...
From Ocarina of Time.
From Ocarina of Time, yeah. I think that's it. I would like to lock this in.
I'm going to lock it in, too.
Yeah, I'm locking it in as well.
I'm putting the... the Triforce seal on this.
Yes, we're sealing it with the sages.
Yes,
we've got 7 or 8 of them around us.
Yeah,
casting like a spell of some kind.
Yeah, that's right.
Definitely 7 of them, and then possibly an 8th one.
Possibly the 8th one is Zelda.
It's possibly Zelda or it's Tingle.
It could be Tingle.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
And it could be Tom Hardy rapping under another name.
Yes,
could be.
Yes.
All right, great. That's our ranking. Let's close this out. July Diaz.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us on this.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. This was a blast.
Just want to check we're still friends.
Oh, yes.
So
yeah,
all 3 rules have been adhered to?
Yes.
Yep, all still friends. I would offer you, July, at this point, the opportunity to plug something, but I know you don't do that.
I don't do that, but you know what? Since we're friends, I'll do it for you guys.
Oh, thank you.
I'll do it for you guys. Yeah, I want to plug the Super NPC Games Club. Figure it out how to find it. You can Google it. Or go to Urban Dictionary. You can find it on there, too. I'm sure it's up there. It's a collective of different podcasters, and we go through episode by episode of a different chapter of a game. Right now we're doing Death Stranding 2, on the beach. And we're halfway through the game. It's a lot of fun. But there's also a bunch of other games we've done in the past. We did Resident Evil 4 remake,
Sonic Adventure, Mass
Effect, which is currently coming out on the free feed, so you can find that. Listen to that. If you like it, join the Patreon. I also want to plug Live from the Big Apple podcast. This is a podcast I do with my buddy Ben Castle, where it's essentially a parody of we play characters who were a part of a live sketch show, and we have people on playing different characters who are a part of that sketch show.
Right, and you're not allowed to say what it's a parody of.
No, I don't want to.
Right. You are allowed, but you just don't want to.
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
Check that out. Also check out Inside Video Games Classic with me, July. That's just a fun podcast about video games and hashtag nostalgia picks. And also want to plug the Sonic hat I'm wearing right now.
It's a
great
good hat.
So I'm wearing it in honor of you, Mark. I don't know if you know this.
No, I didn't know.
Do you know what
that.
I'm alluding to? There's
No.
no way you know what I'm talking about. So years ago, I was at Herald Night, and you played Sonic the Hedgehog in a group game. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't remember that.
And it was one of the few moments that used to be where I was like, wow, this guy is playing a video game character. Nobody knows what he's talking about.
But
it's
best,
just for me.
Yes.
I love it. So shout out to that.
I love that. I did not realize that the hat was a tribute to Mark, but I love it.
Yes.
Well, thank you again, July. This is a blast. This is going to do it for this episode of Nintendo Cartridge Society. Thank you to our 16-bit patrons, Connor McCabe, Patrice Millette, Kyle Seaborn, Drew Mackey, and James Haig. We appreciate you. We appreciate everyone who's interacting or listening to us. Thank you. Join our Discord if you're not there already. Email us, nintendocartridgesociety@gmail.com, and I will send you an invitation to the Discord. Anthony DeLuca made our logo. Our theme music is provided by 8-Bit Betty. You can get more of his music by going to 8bitbetty.com or by listening right now. For my co-host, Mark Mitchell, this is Patrick Ellers saying thank you for listening.